My beloved child, have you ever felt as though your life is a storm without a shore, a question without an answer? Have you ever asked yourself, why me? Or wondered why your path is so heavy with trials? If so, take heart, for I understand. I see your burdens and I know your pain, because I walked this same road long before you. From the moment I came into this world, born in a humble manger surrounded by animals in the quiet of a cold night, my journey was marked with challenges. I wasn't born into wealth or power. I wasn't shielded from the struggles of the world. Instead, I was sent to live among the weary, the rejected, the forgotten. I was sent to experience what you experience, to feel what you feel, and to carry the weight of humanity's struggles on my shoulders. Even as a child, I often felt the pull of something greater, the weight of a purpose not yet fully revealed. There were moments of uncertainty, moments when I longed for simplicity, for freedom from the path laid before me. And yet, I knew I was chosen. Not chosen for an easy life, but for a meaningful one. A life where every trial, every sacrifice, and every tear would serve a greater good. But here's the truth I want you to hear today. You are chosen too. Your life, with all its struggles and triumphs, is not a mistake. Every hardship you faced, every moment of doubt or despair, has been shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for something greater. Just as I was chosen to carry the cross for the salvation of many, you have been chosen to carry the light within you, to be a beacon of hope, love, and transformation in a world that so desperately needs it. You may feel ordinary. You may believe your flaws, your fears, or your failures disqualify you from being anything more. But I tell you now, you are anything but ordinary. In your weakness, there is strength. In your pain, there is purpose. In your journey, there is a story that can inspire, heal, and uplift not only yourself, but those around you. When I walked among the people, I saw their struggles. I saw the brokenhearted, the outcasts, the ones who felt they didn't belong. I reached out to them, not because they were perfect, but because they were willing to be loved, to be healed, and to be transformed. And that's all I ask of you. You don't need to be perfect to embrace your calling. You simply need to take the first step, to open your heart, to let go of what weighs you down, and to trust that you too are part of a divine plan. This journey will not always be easy. I won't promise you a life without hardship, but I will promise you this: you will never walk alone. Every step you take toward love, forgiveness, and purpose brings you closer to the freedom you seek. The freedom not from pain, but from the chains it tries to place upon your soul. So come, my child, let us walk this path together. Let me show you how your story intertwines with mine, how your burdens can become blessings, and how your trials can lead you to triumph. You are chosen, just as I was, and together we will find the courage to rise, the strength to heal, and the peace to truly live. I came into this world not in a palace of gold, but in the stillness of a humble stable. My first breaths were taken among animals, in a town overlooked by the powerful and forgotten by many. I was born into a simple family with a carpenter for a father and a young woman for a mother, neither of whom carried the wealth or influence of the world. Yet in their hearts they carried faith, love, and courage. Why was I sent into such humble beginnings? So that you would know that greatness does not come from riches or privilege, but from humility and love. Like you, I began my journey in the ordinary. And like you, I was born with a purpose that was far from clear in the beginning. My story shows that no matter how simple or modest your origins, you too can rise to fulfill a purpose greater than yourself. My life was not free from trials. As a young boy, I knew what it was to face questions and doubts. At the age of 12, I sat among the teachers in the temple, listening and asking questions, trying to understand the path that was unfolding before me. Yet even then, the road ahead remained uncertain. Later, I found myself in the wilderness, fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. In that desolate place, temptation came to me not once, but repeatedly. I was offered power, wealth, and glory if only I would abandon my purpose. But I chose to stand firm, not because I was immune to temptation, but because I understood that the temporary pleasures of this world could never compare to the eternal freedom found in walking my true path. You too face temptations in your life. You may feel the pull of comfort, the allure of shortcuts, or the weight of doubt when the road becomes steep. Remember, my child, that every temptation is an opportunity to grow stronger. Like fire that refines gold, these challenges are not here to break you, they are here to shape you into the person you are meant to become. My mission was simple yet profound: to teach love, to show compassion, and to bring forgiveness to a world that had forgotten its true nature. I healed the sick, fed the hungry, and embraced the outcasts, the lepers, the tax collectors, the sinners. I didn't come to condemn the world, but to save it through love. But love is not without cost. I was misunderstood, mocked, and rejected by many. Even those closest to me doubted and betrayed me. Judas, one of my own disciples, sold me for 30 pieces of silver. Peter, who swore he would stand by my side, denied me 3 times. Yet, even as I hung on the cross, I prayed for those who persecuted me, saying, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." You may have felt the sting of betrayal, the ache of rejection, or the weight of carrying wounds inflicted by others. Let my story remind you, love and forgiveness are not signs of weakness. They are the greatest strengths you can possess. When you choose to love in the face of hate and to forgive in the face of pain, you are not only freeing others, but also freeing yourself. As my journey neared its end, I faced the cross, a symbol of suffering, shame, and death. I knew the path ahead would lead to unimaginable pain, yet I chose to walk it willingly. Why? Because I understood that through my sacrifice, others could find life. My death was not the end, but the beginning. The cross, once a tool of oppression, became a symbol of hope. My resurrection showed that even in the face of death, life prevails. And so I tell you, no matter how dark your path may seem, no matter how heavy your cross may feel, there is always hope. Your sacrifices, whether they are small or great, are not in vain. Every act of love, every step of courage, and every moment of perseverance contributes to a greater story. Just as my sacrifice brought redemption to many, your struggles and triumphs have the power to inspire and uplift those around you. My story did not end with the resurrection, it continues through you. I walked this path not just to fulfill my mission, but to show you that you are capable of walking your own. You are chosen, just as I was, to carry love, light, and hope into a world that desperately needs it. Every moment of your life, from your struggles to your victories, mirrors the steps I took. When you choose to rise above your challenges, to love when it's hard, to forgive when it hurts, and to embrace your purpose, you are walking in my footsteps. So, my child, as you reflect on my life, remember this: you are not alone. My journey was for you, and your journey is a continuation of mine. Together we can transform pain into purpose, doubt into faith, and trials into triumphs. You are chosen, and your story is just beginning. My beloved child, have you ever thought about how your journey mirrors mine? At first glance, it may seem impossible to compare your life with mine. After all, you may see me as distant, divine, and unreachable. But the truth is, our lives share profound similarities. Like you, I was born into the simplicity of the ordinary. I didn't come into this world as a king, but as a servant. My first home wasn't a palace, but a stable, surrounded by straw and the quiet hum of animals. My family was not wealthy or influential. My father was a carpenter, and my mother a young woman of unwavering faith. Yet, even in the humble beginnings of Nazareth, I knew there was a greater purpose ahead, a truth that I want you to understand about your own life as well. Every step I took was filled with challenges and trials, just as yours is. I fasted for 40 days in the wilderness, where temptation came to me in its most alluring forms. I was offered power, wealth, and ease in exchange for abandoning my purpose, but I chose to stay true to the path set before me. You too face temptations daily, whether it's the pull of taking shortcuts, the desire to escape your struggles, or the weight of doubts about your worth. These moments test the strength of your character. Let me remind you, my child, that resisting temptation is not a sign of weakness. It is proof of your strength and faith in something greater. Love and forgiveness were the cornerstone of my mission. I came to heal the broken, embrace the rejected, and forgive even those who sought to harm me. Imagine the pain of betrayal. Judas, one of my closest disciples, sold me for 30 pieces of silver. Imagine the sting of denial. Peter, who swore loyalty, denied me 3 times. Yet as I hung on the cross, my prayer was for forgiveness. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. I tell you this because I see the same potential for love and forgiveness in you. I know you have faced betrayal, rejection, and pain. But I also know that within you lies the power to rise above it, to forgive, and to love even when it feels impossible. When you do, you are not only freeing others, but also healing yourself. Rauri, perhaps the most profound similarity between us lies in the sacrifices we make. My ultimate sacrifice was to give my life so that others might find hope and redemption. But your sacrifices, though they may seem smaller, are no less meaningful. Every time you give your time to comfort a friend, every moment you spend working for the good of your family, every act of kindness you offer to a stranger, you are embodying the same spirit of selflessness and love. These sacrifices, no matter how small, have the power to create ripples of change and healing in the world around you. Your struggles, my child, are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of something greater. Just as my crucifixion led to the resurrection, your darkest moments hold the potential for transformation and new life. When you rise from the ashes of pain, when you choose to keep moving forward despite the weight of your burdens, you are living the promise of redemption. This is the hope I want you to carry with you, that no matter how heavy your cross may feel, there is always light beyond the shadows. Above all, I want you to know this: you are chosen. Just as I was sent to fulfill a unique purpose, you too have a mission that only you can fulfill. It doesn't matter where you come from or what you've been through. Your life has meaning, and your story is a testament to the power of resilience and love. You are not alone in your journey, for I walk with you every step of the way, and I pray for you each and every step of the way. Our stories are intertwined, and together we can turn trials into triumphs, doubt into faith, and brokenness into wholeness. Remember, my child, you are loved beyond measure, and your life is a reflection of the divine purpose within you. My beloved child, have you ever wondered what it truly means to be free? Many people spend their lives chasing a sense of freedom, believing it lies in material wealth, social recognition, or a life free of responsibilities. But the freedom I wish for you goes far beyond worldly pursuits. True freedom, the kind that sets your soul free, is not found in escaping life's challenges, but in embracing them with an open heart. It is not about avoiding burdens, but learning to carry them with faith and grace. It is the kind of freedom that liberates your spirit from fear, anger, and doubt, leaving you at peace even amidst the storms of life. Let me guide you toward this freedom, so your soul may find its wings and soar. To step into freedom, you must first look within and accept yourself as you are. You are not defined by your past mistakes, your failures, or the judgments of others. Within you lies a spark of divinity, a reflection of my love and light. This spark is not diminished by your imperfections. It is made brighter by your willingness to grow and transform. Do not be afraid to face your flaws and acknowledge your wounds. Just as I bore the scars of the cross, your scars are not marks of defeat, but of resilience, of battles fought and survived. To be free, you must embrace yourself fully, with all your strengths and weaknesses. Freedom also requires you to let go of the burdens that weigh you down. Imagine climbing a mountain while carrying a heavy pack. Each step becomes harder, not because the mountain is steeper, but because the weight is greater. That weight is the anger you hold on to, the guilt you carry, the fear that keeps you from moving forward. My child, I ask you to lay these burdens at my feet. Forgive those who have wronged you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Release the guilt over your past, for I have already forgiven you. Let go of fear, for it is a chain that binds your spirit. As you release these weights, you will feel lighter, freer, and ready to embrace the path ahead. At the heart of freedom is love, the kind of love that heals, uplifts, and transforms. To love is to open your heart, to choose compassion over judgment, and to see the divine in yourself and others. Love requires courage, for it makes you vulnerable. But in vulnerability lies strength, and in love lies true freedom. Remember, I chose love, even when it cost me everything. I loved the outcasts, the broken, the ones who sought to harm me. I forgave even those who nailed me to the cross, saying, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." When you choose love, you follow in my footsteps, becoming a light in the darkness and a source of hope for those around you. Stepping into freedom also means trusting the journey. Life will not always go as planned. There will be moments of uncertainty, setbacks, and challenges that make you question your path. But trust that you are part of a greater story, one that is unfolding exactly as it should. When I walked the road to the cross, I did not know every step that lay ahead, but I trusted my Father's plan. You too must trust that every trial is refining you, every detour is teaching you, and every doubt is an opportunity to deepen your faith. True freedom is also found in the present moment. Too often we are weighed down by regrets of the past or fears of the future, but life is happening now, in the simple joys and quiet beauty around you. The warmth of the sun, the sound of laughter, the kindness of a stranger. These are gifts that remind you of the wonder of the present. Be still, my child, and breathe. In the stillness you will find peace and the freedom to simply be. Lastly, remember that freedom is not something to keep for yourself. It is meant to be shared. When you lift the burdens of others, offer a kind word, or extend a helping hand, you help them find their own path to freedom. Think of the times I washed the feet of my disciples, fed the hungry, and comforted the grieving. These acts of love were not grand gestures, but they carried profound meaning. Through your actions, you can remind others that they too are loved and capable of stepping into freedom. My dear child, spiritual freedom is not a destination, it is a journey. It is a daily choice to live with love, courage, and faith. It is the decision to let go of what no longer serves you, to trust the path ahead, and to embrace the beauty of each moment. You are not alone on this journey, for I walk beside you, guiding you and reminding you of your worth. Together we can turn trials into triumphs, fear into faith, and doubt into hope. Take my hand, and let us walk this path of freedom together. For you are chosen, and within you lies the power to be truly free. My beloved child, now that you see how our stories intertwine and how the path to freedom begins within you, it is time to take the next step. Knowing that you are chosen is not enough. You must live as the chosen one you are. The journey ahead may seem daunting, but remember, I am with you in every moment, guiding your steps and lighting your path. Let me call you into action, not with force but with love, urging you to embrace your calling and walk boldly into the life you were meant to live. First, begin with small, deliberate steps. True change doesn't come from monumental leaps, but from the quiet consistency of daily choices. Choose love when it's easier to hate. Choose forgiveness when holding on to anger feels justified. Choose hope even when doubt whispers in your ear. These small acts will build upon one another, creating a foundation of strength and purpose that will carry you through even the most difficult days. Second, let go of the chains that hold you back. Reflect on the things that keep you from fully embracing your potential: fear, resentment, guilt, or the need for approval from others. Acknowledge them and then release them. When I carried the cross, it was heavy not only with the weight of wood, but with the sins and burdens of humanity. Yet I bore it with love, knowing it would bring freedom to many. You too can lay down your burdens and choose a lighter path, one where your soul is free to grow and thrive. Third, open your heart to the world around you. There are people in your life right now who need your light, your love, and your presence. Reach out to them, not with grand gestures, but with simple acts of kindness. A listening ear, a word of encouragement, a helping hand. When you serve others, you reflect the divine love within you, and in doing so you find deeper fulfillment and purpose in your own life. Fourth, embrace your mission with courage. You were not created to simply exist. You were created to make an impact. Whether your calling is to nurture a family, inspire through your work, or simply spread kindness in your community, trust that your mission is valuable and unique. Do not compare your path to others, for your journey is yours alone, and it is perfectly tailored to your gifts, experiences, and spirit. Finally, trust in the divine plan. There will be moments when the road feels unclear, when setbacks make you question your purpose. But know that every challenge, every triumph, and every quiet moment of faith is part of a greater story, one that is being written with love and intention. Trust that even when you cannot see the way forward, I am walking beside you, holding you up and guiding you toward a future filled with light. So, my child, I ask you, will you take this first step? Will you rise each day with the intention to live as the chosen one you are? Will you let go of the things that no longer serve you and embrace the freedom that comes from love, faith, and courage? The journey of the chosen one is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Together, we can transform fear into strength, doubt into faith, and your life into a testament of hope and love. Take my hand and let us begin. The world is waiting for the light that only you can bring.